Mahila, just some thoughts. Ryan Seacrest does the radio station in Lexington, Kentucky. He does the 104.5, The Cat. And, I know that he does it especially because he's not on the one out here. And, yeah, they have, the station that, broadcasts to a bunch, but, it's not on this Las Vegas one at all. I've looked, it's not on any of them. His whatever special radio station he does that broadcasts to the main cities. But the Lexington is one of those five Canaan speaking languages cities in Isaiah 19:19. It's one of the main ones that's a Babylon center. So it's like Ryan seek rest. And 104 is usually associated with Jerusalem or the temple. And then point five is the West, betray, or the West, is doing something. That's what that is saying, is the West is betraying somehow, and it's the point is Grox. I'm not joking. It really is his presence is on the radio, and they talk about that with Transformers, the film, the John Voight in that film, and how they corrupted all the hertz of the radio stations. So what it does is it makes it you start to think like he thinks, where nothing is good enough. See how that comes into play? For the woman, nothing is good enough. That's her vibe she gives off. And for the man, nothing is good enough. That's the vibe he gives off. In two different ways. Two different ways they do it. Because that's how Grox is manipulating his... that's his vibe, that he's controlling all that. He's controlling the hertz. Because he's the Hellraiser. He's the pinhead. Now, don't get scared. It's not scary. It's really just funny and stupid. He's running this torture chamber of Earth. And there's good stuff that happens, but really none of it should be happening, because back in 95, we should have had the rapture when everything went down perfectly with Sharks and Minnows, me and Solomon, who is now Buddy in the song with Maida. That's Nick Nozell. We went through it together. And the coronavirus is because of us. Not we didn't cause those people to die, but it's our deal. And that's how they're showing it. And yeah, maybe those people got raptured that died from corona. Maybe God is getting out everyone who is on the maps that Grok shows, that is the head wounds and all that stuff, all the countries, all the head wound events. Could be that's talked about in Psalm 110. That could be what it is. Everyone's getting out, but we're gonna get out too. Don't worry. But it's basically saying Ryan is usually associated with Ben Richards of the Running Man film, the Ryan the Runner, because I have a cousin who is a runner, and it was always funny because I'm a swimmer and he was a runner, and he played soccer and stuff, and was a really fast cross country and everything, track, and he even did mud runs or whatever. And that's associated with Arnold directly because of Predator film, where there's the mud scene and all that. So, that's what they use to represent that. So it's they're even acknowledging that how the it character, the one they choose to be it, which is me, forced to play all roles, constantly flooded out. I'm you have to treat me like Hulk, basically. Because I'm so flooded out. But hopefully if we can get the music going, the hertz will help with that. If they can change the hertz. But, listen, don't get caught up on the body stuff. If we get our body out, it's okay. If we don't, then we don't. It's whatever Jesus wants us to be. I don't want to be caught up in the ego of it. Like, oh, I got my body out, like I was better or something. Like, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. If we got to be a spirit or a ghost form and just go to heaven like and be like an angel, like that's fine. We any way we can get out, that'll be it. But look, I'm saying all this stuff. It sounds crazy, but like, just listen to what I'm saying. Like, um, I'm talking in end time strategic format. That's how I talk on these videos where I'm driving and stuff. I'm not going to do anything to, hurt anybody or do anything crazy. That's not what I do. I just talk strategically on these videos. You have to understand the difference with that. That's all it is. Like, I'm talking about like the rapture and stuff, but like it could be many years. If I die an old man, I'm okay with that. Like, we'll just see how it goes. So like, don't take me the wrong way. But yeah, so Ryan Seacrest, they're even acknowledging that like he goes against the fear. That like he conquers all of his fears of these things that show up that the John is manufacturing. That he's conquering the fears along the way. But it's all manufactured stuff. It's fake shit. Just like Jesse Ventura in that movie. You know, all of them, like, they're all like fake, all the villains. So in the Running Man film. But I did want to touch on that because it's like there that's how I'm connected to the John, because in his videos he'll try to show stuff to scare me. He'll show like, oh, it's gonna be a while. You gotta get past all the massage burdens now. Like, he'll be like, he's basically saying fuck you. Like, now you have to do like every little thing that the sacred woman or someone is doing on the other side. You have to pick up all the pieces and be driving or whatever the burden is to like just to make it, and or not to even make it, just to just to suffer. There's no point to it. There's no end goal, and there's never a rapture or anything. He just likes to say like what he thinks is going on, and it's all bullshit. And on the magazines, it's bullshit too. Like, it's all made for him because he's a Freemason, and like, I'm just saying, like, now, like, I took a deal on February 2nd, 2020, and like, it wasn't by choice. Like, they basically told, like, they no one told me anything, but like, I just felt everything, and like, it was basically that something good would happen at the end of it, and that I would cut off or something. That was the goal of it, or the intention. So, and that I would be secure, that you would be secure and out of this prison of not having a job and like not knowing anything, being a loser. That's the goal of it. Like they get you out. They know your situation. Okay, does that make sense? So, all right, thank you.